A stunning fall from grace for comedian Bill Cosby. The comedian and actor sentenced to 3 to 10 years in a state prison after being convicted of sexual assault.
We have attorney Mark Reichel joining us now to talk more about this case. Thanks for being here.
A pleasure.
So are you surprised by the sentence, 3 to 10 years? How long do you think he'll end up serving?
He'll serve a minimum of 3, and I wasn't surprised. That's about right, and that seems reasonable under the circumstances. Each judge and each system is different. Depends on how well the advocates for each side do, and the prosecution said, we really have to have this, and the defense said, oh, please, 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 and it depends. The fact finder, the final arbiter is a judge, a human being, and it varies a lot, but this sounds reasonable, right in the wheelhouse of what someone could have got for this.
Are you surprised that they are not going to let him be on house arrest while they try to appeal this conviction?
No, most states have statutes that certain types of crimes they consider to be violent crimes, or you're a danger to the community. You're not allowed to remain at large while the case is pending on appeal. You have to go in right away and be remanded. A lot of states do that by their own statutes.
Judge was pretty forceful when he handed down his ruling saying that Bill Cosby, no matter his stature and his status, is not above the law. In terms of appealing this, do you see that happening?
I see them appealing both the conviction, obviously, and the sentence.
Do you see any success for Cosby's defense team in terms of getting this overturned?
Well, the thing you have to also play into is that he's 81 years old, and there's no doubt that your health deteriorates when you go into incarceration like that. So by the time this case is finalized on appeal, it'll probably be about a year and a half. So figure that in as well.
So some other victims, alleged victims of Bill Cosby, were at the courthouse today. I know we've talked about statute of limitations in terms of this case. Just in case our viewers aren't really well versed in that, just kind of explain why there was one woman that came forward and they were able to try this one case.
Okay, most states have statute of limitations for sex crimes like this that are 8 to 10 years maybe. But because of this case, because in Pennsylvania they couldn't bring any more, they were barred by the statute of limitations. California in 2016 under Governor Brown actually enlarged ours, and it made it like murder in California now. There is no statute of limitations for murder. Now there's also no statute of limitations in California for anything committed after 2016. There's nothing for life. There is no statute of limitations. They exist for one reason, because we want certainty in the law. And as we all know, memories fade and so forth. And there's an argument of fairness to the accused that they can't defend themselves if it goes back 40 years or something like that. That's why they exist. Okay,
so you mentioned Cosby's age, 81 years old. He has some health issues. Is there any way he'll serve, he'll get the minimum? You think he's going to do the full 10 years, you think? Or
no, after 3 he can petition for parole. And one of the main things they're going to bring up is the likelihood of recidivism is really low. Really low at that age. This happened a long time ago. So after 3 years they'll say, let him out now because nothing's going to happen. His health is deteriorated and nothing good will come by continued punishment, is what they'll say to the parole board.
Attorney Mark Reichel, we always appreciate your expertise in breaking down these complicated cases for us.
Always nice to be here.